3smradio.com. I have a very special guest on the line with me, Miss Shynna Key. What's up, girl?
Hi, greetings. Hi, everyone. How you doing, Nelz?
I'm good. You see how she happy, y'all. You know what I mean? See how much joy she just brought to the whole airway? She all happy and upbeat. What's going on with you, girl?
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Just everything is coming my way. Blessings, trying to get blessings back, working on a couple of projects, working on my book right now that's about to be published and printed in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, you doing it big. First of all, let me just say this. First of all, I just want to let you know I appreciate you for coming on and being a part of the show. You understand what I'm saying? Because, you didn't have to do that. I know you're a very busy woman, so I greatly appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
So
definitely.
So listen, for people that don't know who you are, this is Shynna Key, the financial fanatic herself, live in person. Well, on the phone actually, but still in person. Tell them a little bit about your background and just, how did you get to the point where you just really decided you was going to go hard, and just, go hard and helping people with their finances. Like, what's your story? What's your backstory? Let me just say this. Me and her from the same city. You know what I mean? We didn't know each other, but it just so happened we just happened to be from the same city. But go ahead and tell them your story and how did you get to the point where you're at now?
Okay. Well, first to start off, I come from a background of an entrepreneur. My dad, the late Larry Love McCown, out of New Haven, Connecticut, was a nightclub owner. So I was raised in a household. Every Saturday, the accountant comes over, go over his books, and I used to kind of help him out a little bit when the shipments and orders would come in the club. And he used to kind of show me the ropes and always taught me to be, me and my siblings, to be our own boss. So that's where it all started. My younger years, I kind of got a taste of it a little bit and did promotional parties for the team back home in Buffalo, New York. I touched on that just coming from that background of the nightclub. But then as I got older and then I moved to Atlanta, that's when, like, within my first year of moving to Atlanta, I purchased my first rental property. I bought into a commercial franchise cleaning company. Let's see here. And I got my real estate license, and I was doing real estate license and running my own business at the same time. With that being said, in the course of being a real estate agent, doing real estate deals, I've worked closely with loan officers a lot, and I've learned about what it took for the homeowner to actually become prepared to actually get that loan. So I had to do a lot of counseling and stuff myself. That's how I really got into, like, unconsciously telling people about their credit, telling them what they need to do to kind of get prepared for home buying and things like that. So now it's like, okay, well, I have a voice. I like to talk a lot. So in between my ups and downs and, running into, with the recession and things like that, I've learned and I decided to actually go public with it. I used to share all the information about credit and everything under the financial umbrella with close friends and family. But then I decided, we actually need to teach our youth this. And my whole philosophy is just because we're not born with a silver spoon in our mouth does not mean we cannot get one.
Word. I feel you on that. I feel that. Trust me.
Yes.
So basically, you didn't necessarily go to school for all this. You really kind of taught yourself. And it's funny because I'm a firm believer in being self-taught. I think that we downplay that. And I think that it's a lot that we can get done ourselves without having to pay somebody to learn it. With the internet age, and like you said, you was around the underwriters and all of that, and they was like, well, listen, this is how you got to do this and do that, which leads me to this point. So now I'm gonna dig off into your brain. Okay. If you're a person and you're really in the process of trying to buy your first home, what are the steps that someone should take first before they just start looking for the house, and what are the steps that they should take?
First, they will want to contact a loan officer, a good reputable loan officer, see where they stand. So the loan officer will run their credit, see what it is that they need to work on. Because there's some things that everyone feels like, okay, you need a clean credit report. That's not the case. There's some things that they don't even look at. There's some things that you can get cleaned off. So you want to start with contact the loan officer, see what it is, if there is anything you need to do to see if you can get approved for that loan. They will, tell you how much you will be approved for according to your income and things like that. They will definitely guide you.
So,
if you need it. Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry, Kutcho. Let me ask you this. How important, is your credit score? Like, what's the average credit? Like for instance, there's a lot of people that want a house, but they got their debt to income ratio doesn't make sense in order to get the house. So should they come through the door with kind of like a low debt to income ratio? And basically explain debt to income ratio so that they can understand in layman's terms.
Okay. Yes. I always advise to go to the loan officer because they probably don't really understand. A lot of people don't understand what the debt ratio is, so I always advise just go to the loan officer. But the debt ratio is when your debt is way supersedes your income that's coming in. So it's like you have more going out than you have coming in. So you want to have a balance there. You want to have less coming out and more coming in. So that's where you draw the line with the debt ratio. But the loan officer would definitely explain that to them, tell them things that they can do to, balance that out, bring it down. Your credit score, you have some companies that the preferable credit score is about 620, 680. But you have some companies.
Hold on. I'm glad you said that. How many people we know for real that got a 680 credit score? Like, that's almost, especially with the way the economy is, that's almost unheard of. You know what I mean? So, so let me stop you before you go further in that. How do you get your credit score to a 680? For somebody, that want to buy a house, and let's just say they credit like 510. You understand what I'm saying? Which is pretty bad credit. You mean 405 is not good credit. How would you get yourself? What steps should you take? Because you also, if I'm not mistaken, you help people clean their credit, correct?
Yes, I do consultations on that, letting people know what they can do, the quick and easy steps to kind of get your credit report cleaned up. Yes, I do consultations on it.
So what should be the steps? Okay, so let's just say my credit score 480. 500. Let's say 500. Okay. And I want to purchase a home. I know first, but how would I get my credit score, raise my credit score? Let's just say I got a couple credit cards and I really haven't had much credit. What would be the steps for me to build my credit? Let's just say I'm a year out. I say next year, 2016, I want to buy a house. How should I go about getting my credit score up to par?
Okay. I first want to advise everyone as a consumer, you are entitled to a free annual credit report a year. And that is, you will go to www.annualcreditreport.com. Mm-hmm. Every consumer is entitled to a free credit report every year.
And that includes your Beacon score?
No, that does not include your Beacon score.
Okay.
You have your Beacon score. It's called a.k.a. FICO score. Different language for the different credit bureaus. But it all means the same, boils down. And they look for that middle number. Now, you cannot purchase, you can purchase your score through that website. It doesn't come automatically, but you can purchase it for roughly about $5. You'll get your credit score. And I say that is very important to have. So once you start working on your credit report, you know where you started off at your score and where you ended up at. The second step is check your credit report. Check that periodically, maybe 3 times a year, to make sure there's no inaccuracies on your report. Mm-hmm. So if there are any inaccuracies on your report, you would dispute them. Okay, and then if there's anything on your credit report that is 7 years older, you have them and you request for the credit bureau to delete, and you have to use the keyword delete please have this account deleted from my credit report. Because if you use the wrong words, the wrong terms, they will update that account and make it reference to now, make it current, and you don't want that. Okay? So those are the 1, 2, 3 steps that I give people. The third one, let me say the third one first. The third one is to make settlements. Call any collections that's on your account. Ask them to make a settlement for that account.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The older the account is, the bigger the settlement they'll do for you. Because you have your tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 of collection. Tier 3 is, okay, this account is really old. This person don't really care. Okay, if they're calling to make a settlement, just get something out of that.
So basically, the steps starts off. So basically, you would start off just getting your credit report and seeing who you owe, and trying to, get in touch with those creditors and try to clear your credit up. So so once you clear up everything, how do you raise your score though? Was your score automatically raised once you pay those off?
Yes. Absolutely. If you get something deleted, if you request to have something deleted and they delete it, because they will correspond with you. They'll let you know, okay, this account's been deleted, or let you know what happened with that account. Yes, when they delete that, your score will automatically go up. It might take about 30 days for it to show up, the new score. But yes. And then when you make settlements on your account, let's say you have 3 accounts, collections made settlement agreements with, you'll want to pay off the smallest account first. Therefore, when you pay off that smallest one, your score starts.
Oh, Lord, we look like we lost her. We're going to get her back on the line, y'all. We're going to play a couple songs, and then we're going to come back to Miss Shynna Key. You understand what I'm saying? You tuned in to Nelz in the Midday 3SM Radio, your alternative to mainstream radio. Sit tight. We're going to play a song or two, and then we're going to come back with Miss Key with her keys, tips, and tricks to financial stability. It's Nelz in the Midday. We back. It's Nelz in the Midday 3SM Radio. You know what I mean? We got Miss Key on the line, and we're going to pick up where we left off at. You back?
Yes, I'm back.
We lost her, y'all. So finish up what you were saying as far as just, as far as getting your credit right and what you should pay off and everything.
Okay. I was saying that you start off with the smallest debt first, paying that off. So when you pay the smallest one off, your score will automatically start increasing. Then you go to the next highest collection account to pay off. And then, you just work your way from smallest to highest account. So the sooner you pay off the smallest one, your score start increasing. Yeah, so that's my 1, 2, 3 steps for your basic one-on-one on the credit repair. Do it yourself so you don't have to, come out of pocket to pay someone to actually do it for you. I'm big on saving, and I'm good and love giving knowledge, and for you to do a self-help, type of scenario, so I don't mind.
And it's funny? It's funny that you say that, because you'll be surprised how many people don't have a clue what's on their credit. Like, so many people don't exercise their right to get a free credit report.
Exactly.
And I'm sure you see a lot of people like that. Like, what do you be thinking to yourself? Like, man, because some people have good credit and don't even realize it, right?
And don't even know it. Don't even know your status. Don't even know your FICO score. Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's incredible. So as far as saving, like, what do you suggest people should be doing in regards to, investing their money or saving? Like, what should they be doing with their money? Because, I'm kind of old fashioned in the regard is that I don't trust the bank. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
okay.
Okay. But what?
First, I hear that.
Right. But what do you suggest people should do as far as creating stability financially for themselves? They working and everything. And what should they be doing? How much do you think they should be saving or putting aside, or what's the steps you think?
or the basic 101, the fundamentals on, saving and trying to, get a cushion, a plan B or whatnot, I would say make sure you're not overspending. Your bank statements will be your best friend and show you where your money is going. You kind of like, a lot of people get paid. They're like, where did my money go? Or just, you talking about saving. A lot of people don't have money to even, they feel like they don't even have money to save. I need more money to even save. So my thing is to pay yourself first. The bills will always be there. At least pay yourself first. I don't care if it's at least $20 a paycheck. You deserve that. Put that aside. It will grow. It will definitely grow. You can put it in an investment if you like to start off small, low-risk investments. But for people under the age of retirement age, and like under 50, you still can invest aggressively. So, I mean, just putting money aside, it will really grow. Just no overspending, budget, stay within your means, don't fall for the bad behavior and use the excuse of, YOLO, you only live once, or AMO,
hey, listen, I'm glad that you said that.
Out,
Yo, people, and it's funny you say that because people be thinking, I don't go to work all the time to just not spend my money. But then it's one thing to say I don't go to work to not enjoy myself, but to enjoy yourself, and then at the end of the week, you got to go 4 or 5 days with no money because you overindulged. You know what I mean? So I think that it's sort of like what you say. We have to use good practices, especially us. One of the things that I am, preaching here on the show is support black businesses.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I think that's something that we definitely have to do. Because, a lot of people make excuses for where they at. Just look online. Yes. It's simple, man. It's not that difficult. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now I got my credit score together.
Okay.
I go see a loan officer. So you say you should go see a loan officer before you go see an agent?
Well, if you know an agent, like, myself, we know and we have contacts with great loan officers. So if you have an agent, they have a good contact for a loan officer. And that's not a bad idea if you already know an agent. Because if you plan on using this agents usually have preferred loan officers that they already work with. Mm-hmm. They already know, their product and, what type of scores they'll work with and things like that. So if you already know an agent, that's fine. Go with that agent and their preferred loan officer. But if you don't, it does. You can look for a loan officer first, or you can look for an agent first. They'll guide you.
So let me ask you this. I've always heard this. Is it best for you to already kind of like have your money ahead of time going into the game? Like already know how much they're going to give you, have your loan and everything, instead of, how some people wait and see if they can get approved for the house. Is it better to get pre-approved and say, we can give you $150,000. That's our limit. You understand what I'm saying? So then you know what you can work with, and you can go look for what you can afford and what they're willing to give you. Because a lot of people. Go ahead.
I was like, absolutely. You need to know. You don't want to waste your time. Let me tell you, first of all, house hunting is extremely. It's not a piece of cake. You want your everything. You want to first know your wants and your dislikes. So, okay, if you're going to invest in this home you plan on being in for years, to retirement, to your kids get grown and out of school, you want to know what's your must-have, before you even go out searching for a home. Mm-hmm. And you definitely want to go and get your pre-approval first to know that you're looking in the right places. You don't want to waste your time looking at $200,000 homes and you're only getting approved for $150,000.
Right.
And you wasted all this time looking, So first of all, an agent is not even going to take you out for the most part without your pre-approval. Because you don't want to, waste your time or the agent's time.
Yeah.
You have to have in hand what you're already pre-approved for.
Okay.
And know what you're looking for.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. So as far as the house market right now, what do you think about it? As far as people that's actually looking for homes, and because it seemed like it went up, like it's high right now.
Yes, I will say if you are interested in buying a home, I would say hurry up and do so, because the market is definitely turning around. Those half price deals is almost, those times is almost over with. Let's see, springtime is about to come, so that's when you even see an increase for the market is in the springtime. So I would say before the rates start going back up, because the market is turning around, to get in now. Get in now. I would definitely advise that.
Yes. And for the first time buyer, I know they got a lot of programs for first time buyers, and those programs still exist, correct?
Yes. Certain cities, certain counties. It depends on where you're buying. A lot of down payment assistance programs are still out there. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you
definitely
you know what you got going on. So what else you got going? So I know you said you're in the process of finishing up a book.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about that, or will that be next time?
I can tell you briefly. The book is about to come out, be printed. It's in process now. The title is called "Wealth is a Mindset." So stay tuned. Again, I'm very big on, just because we was not born with a silver spoon in our mouth doesn't mean we can't get one. And this is a book that I definitely want to make sure the minorities, the youth, it's an easy read. So I put it out there. So, a lot of our children and things like that, we don't come from, getting things inherited to us and passed down to us. So we don't kind of know what to teach our children so they can change the generations around. So that is the basis that I'm giving all throughout the book. Definitely your basic, your easy read. You will love it.
Yeah.
It's all of everything under the financial umbrella. You need to get started if you don't have a clue, or just if you need to be reminded. It's just a great, awesome read. Teaches you about even having gratitude, being thankful for, everything that you have going on, everything that you've been through. Because if it wasn't for anything you haven't been through, you wouldn't know today. So you won't be humble. It's so touching.
So basically, you just a jack of all trades. You just decided, I'm gonna do a little bit of everything. You an agent, financial advisor, credit repair, author.
Listen, I've been called many times a Jaffagan, and let me tell you, I take that as a compliment. Okay, highly a compliment. Because yes, I do hustle. I don't mind reinventing myself. I don't mind trying things out till it pop, and I'm not going to give up. I have a voice. I'm going to use it. And I just started this business here, going public with it in June. And it's been taking off like a rocket.
So but you have been doing it for a while though, right?
I've been doing it unconsciously, and I wasn't public with it. As far as speaking out. Like I said, I talk to family, friends, give them that advice. They will always call me, things like that. But it's like, okay, I love to talk. I might as well go public with it. Share it with the world.
Yeah.
Don't want to hold it in and be, hold the knowledge exclusive. I want to put it out there.
You know what, man? Listen, first of all, man, I greatly appreciate you coming on, because it's always good to have a strong sister that has vision and know exactly what she wants and going in that direction. I think that you're going to be able to help a lot of people. And I think we're going to, this is what I want to do. I want to have you come on once a week and just give us your tip of the week. What's going on. Because you follow the stock market as well?
Yes, I touch bases on everything under the financial umbrella. I have the context to write insurances, get your investments going. I have all the context. I'm giving you the basic of what you need to look into, giving you direction.
So you
actually follow it through. I got context for you.
Oh man, one-stop shop. Yes. So listen, tell everybody where they can find you. Give them your social media, your phone number, and everything.
Okay. Well, my website is ShynnaKey.com. You can follow me on Twitter at ShynnaKey. You can follow me on Instagram at ShynnaKey. Follow me on Facebook at Shynna Key, the Financial Fanatic. And phone number is, you can actually reach me. Well, you can actually contact me on my Facebook and all of my websites as well. Make sure you don't just see the page. Make sure you like it. I invite you to interact, ask questions, correspond with me, so I can make sure I'm giving you what you need and not missing out on my audience. I love my audience. I love my followers. And I can also be reached at 203-871-1-KEY. And again, that is 203-871-1539.
All right, and give them the correct spelling of that. Give them the correct spelling of your name.
Okay.
You got one of those names now.
I do. It's Shynna. It's like something I would say is China, but with an S when you try to pronounce it. So it's Shynna, but with an S. But it's spelled SHY. N is in Nancy, N is in Nancy, A is in Apple, Key, KEY.com.
All right. Well,
Okay.
listen, Miss Key, I greatly appreciate you for coming on. Y'all make sure y'all go to the website. It's ShynnaKey.com. You can follow her on Twitter and Instagram at ShynnaKey, and on her Facebook at Shynna Key, the Financial Fanatic. Is it an underscore or something with that, or just straight the Financial?
No, not at all.
Everything's
No.
okay. Great.
Yeah.
Well, listen, once again, sister, I appreciate you, and I definitely want to get you on. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to talk later on over the weekend,
Okay.
try to work some things out. But definitely, when you
Yeah.
drop the book, man, we want you to come back through.
Oh, thank you so much. I will. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, audience, for listening. Again, peace and blessings to everyone. Reach out to me so I can help you.
All right.
I'm there for you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. Good day.
All right. Peace. Yo, you tuned in to Nelz in the Midday 3SM Radio. That's Miss Shynna Key, man. Miss Key with her tips for financial stability. Rock with her. Check her out. ShynnaKey.com. ShynnaKey.com. On her Twitter and her Instagram is Shynna Key at Shynna Key, and her Facebook is Shynna Key, the Financial Fanatic.